there was a stampede.
Come with me on this incredible journey to uncover the truth behind this national obsession.
Pinoy Hoops, next on National Geographic. Party the night away as fiber, home's most powerful broadband. Fox and Star World presents Kesha live in Manila, the Warrior Tour. Experience Kesha live as she performs her hits. TikTok, Your Love Is My Drug, Crazy Kids, Die Young, and more. On October 24th at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Buy your tickets online now at ticketnet.com.ph or visit any TicketNet outlet.
I'm no ghost hunter, but all these ghost stories, if you knew, would you still go there?
All across Asia, there are places that are famous for being haunted. Beyond the superstition and fear lies a bigger story.
These are places of immense psychic suffering.
And a truth more tragic and horrifying.
A lot of people die there.
Than the ghosts themselves. Join our urban explorer Robert Joe as he answers the ultimate question.
What really happened here?
Brand new original series, I Wouldn't Go In There. Friday nights at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
This November, Nat Geo Wild brings you Raw Nature. Get ready for the weirdest collection of interactions between animals. From monkeys getting drunk, to spiders who eat their partners while mating. Witness incredible yet bizarre behaviors with the world's weirdest masters. We often think that predators have it easy, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, these hunters struggle just to get by. Follow us as we reveal a world of hurt, and sometimes heart, in the secret life of predators. Don't blink, don't scream, and whatever you do, don't forget to hit record. Grab your front row seats for some downright amazing clips from the animal kingdom, seen through the eyes and lenses of those lucky enough to film nature. Brand new season of Caught in the Act. Nat Geo Wild brings you Raw Nature this November.
Welcome to Dubai International Airport. 150 airlines flying over 220 destinations, operating one takeoff or landing every 92 seconds. $23.5 million in transactions made every year by 57 million passengers. 60,000 staff from 50 countries working non-stop and smiling at least 17 times per hour. 7 aircraft hangars and 2 runways. This is what it takes to earn the name Ultimate Airport Dubai. Thursday nights at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
I'm Rafe Bartholomew of Pinoy Hoops, a national obsession, and you're watching the National Geographic Channel. Coming to the Philippines, I didn't really know what to expect. I heard some tall tales about the nation's basketball obsession, but nothing in the world could have prepared me for this. Basketball karaoke. When I sang a song that's about a drinking buddy who commits suicide, it was Kobe Bryant highlights. Oh yes, basketball karaoke does exist. And not only that, courts built beside garbage dumps. One of the biggest garbage dumps I've ever seen in my life. Just a few steps, what is there except a basketball court? So while there's a real basketball game going on, people in here are playing NBA games on PlayStation. The more you look, the more you see. It feels endless, basketball everywhere. This is gonna be quite a ride. I am Rafe Bartholomew, writer, sports journalist, and basketball nut.
You see, my dad was a college basketball star, and I inherited his lanky build and love for the game, so I guess it's all his fault. That led to some great adventures. I flew from New York to Manila to write a book about the Philippines' love affair with basketball, among other things. I said no! Now stop bothering! Yep, I became a one-time soap star on Philippine TV. Don't ever come back! Now, I'm back for a different reason. I'm after the real game. But how can I, a tall and lanky American, go where many locals have never been? Basketball is my passport. It's my ticket to the heart and soul of this nation. In college, I heard some mind-blowing stories about Philippine basketball. At first, I didn't quite believe them, but now that I see it with my own eyes, I realize they aren't the least bit exaggerated.
Sometimes I think the entire world and all its goods are on sale here in the streets of Manila. There's really nothing you can't find, from food, sagot gulaman drink, notary public, key duplication, and of course basketball.
Here, NBA stars are plastered on jeepneys with the likes of anime and cartoon characters.
The subconscious or the psyche of tens of thousands of Filipinos splattered across the side of these jeepneys. They have bullhorns, they have airplanes on top. They're painted with pretty much whatever comes into whoever's painting its mind. Some Jeeps are all basketball, some will just have an NBA logo, some will have LeBron James. Almost anything you can think of, it's probably on a jeepney somewhere in the Philippines.
And not only that, jerseys are regular streetwear. And mind you, it's not only the people who wear them, even their saints do. In fact, here's baby Jesus doing a slam dunk. With an average height of around 1.6 meters, Filipino men are some of the shortest in the world, giving them a natural disadvantage in the sport's most non-negotiable requirement. So it makes me wonder, why of all sports do they love basketball?
Kahit parang hindi pwedeng mawala ang basketball sa akin eh.
For generation to generation.
Para sarap-sarap sa pili. Fun na fun talaga ako.
Parang kadugtong na ng buhay ko basketball.
My journey starts where the real game begins for most Filipinos. From back alley courts to DIY hoops to mountainsides and garbage dumps. I'm visiting the communities that are so dedicated to the game that they build their own courts from scratch. The first stop on this journey, the streets of Caloocan City. Let's enter their world. I heard about a place in the southeast part of the city, one with an extraordinary full-sized court.
Well, basically, you can't just enter the place. You can't just go in there without knowing anyone.
Right.
That's from the area, from the neighborhood. It's like their own city of gods, right?
There's a court on the top of an abandoned hotel that we've heard about, and I'm here with Mike Swift, a rapper, MC from both New York and the Philippines.
Si Pelemon, si Pelemon. Alam mo, di ako old school, ha?
What do you remember about that place?
I just remember it being special because they formed a community on top of an abandoned building where they were planting vegetables on the rooftops and kids were flying kites off of it.
Right.
And then in the middle of it is a basketball court, almost like a mini coliseum.
Who we mean right now?
Chicken, aka
chicken.
pollo.
Possible talagang street na ghetto talaga yung lugar. Old buildings na na kasunog, pure ghetto talaga. Talagang ghetto.
Chicken and Mike are good friends. He grew up on the streets of Caloocan City, and this is his territory.
Oh, we're already here.
I must say that I feel a little nervous. It really doesn't help that during the car ride, Chicken tells me that most of the guys here subsist on the underground economy. People who do whatever it takes to survive.
Welcome to the projects.
You can never say that things are too extreme here in this country. Whenever you say that an environment is rough, there's always something rougher, but this is pretty rough.
Typically talaga napakahirap ng buhay sa lugar sa building na to, di ba? Pero makikita mo, parang simpleng apartment lang. Inoccupy ng mga, alam mo na, mga taong wala rin sa pera. So, kanya-kanyang tayo nila ng bawat room nila rito. Then, so, kala mo, ganito lang sa building na to. Maraming sumpayan. Then, pagdating mo sa gitna, may makikita kang sanghul court dito. Kahit walang budget yung community rito, nag-provide na lang sila. Broke na, fiber na lang yung isa. Kahoy na ginawa talaga nila ng paraan para tuloy-tuloy na nila. Pero magmahal ang Pinoy sa basketball. Even na walang tsinelas, ubad, binad sa araw, what time? 2 in the afternoon, binad sa araw, pero tuloy pa rin.
Marami tayong tropa dito, mga tropa.
Bakit chicken ang tawag ng mga tao sa'yo?
Chicken. Ako na nagbansag sa akin na chicken. So way back na tawag sa akin ito, sayad, loko. So yun, pero komedyante na lang, di ba? So mas friendly. Kaysa nakakatakot tawagin, di ba? Para at least, meron respect, di ba? Parang basketball niya. Kung marunong maglaro ng basketball, di mo kailangan i-foul. May limit ang pananakit ng tao, right? Di ba? Kami mga kabataan dito, kahit sabi mong, maraming dato, walang trabaho. Mostly paglabas talaga ng bahay, puro basketball talaga. Kahit wala ng tanghalian, basta bola talaga.
It's a little hard to believe that this same basketball court was once the dance floor of a popular cabaret in the 1950s. If these walls could talk, they would say that this was a derby, a cabaret, a sing-along club, then disco, then a gay bar called the Caribbean. In 2005, a massive fire destroyed everything, and it was turned into a tenement for the employees of the bar who lost their jobs. Seeing the massive space on the rooftop, the people living here created a place for the sport they've all come to love. I hang out on the court with Chicken's friends, and we all decide it's time to play a game of ball. There's the initial warm-up, where I show them my moves. They show me theirs, and I am clearly outdone. I have very little in common with these guys, and I worry about that a little bit. Kids come to watch. The team is assembled, 5 on 5. The game is rough. Behind all the smiles is an incredible fire that never takes no for an answer.
Yan ang bisyo namin eh. Oo, yun na. Yun ang pinaka-bisyo namin araw-araw.
Yung basketball?
Oo, yun na.
This definitely isn't typical basketball. It's more like a dance or a ballet. And more than just a friendly game, it quickly turns into a battle to the finish. To put it lightly, they're killing us on the court. These guys are tough. We have to step it up if we're going to get anywhere near winning this game. Mike starts showing his moves, and so does Chicken. So I give it all I've got. And clearly, I'm performing. Things are definitely looking up. Until the incident. Yep, I gave him a bloody nose. Danuno was on the opposite team, and I hit him hard. Really hard. It couldn't get any worse than this. He left the game, and it fizzled out from there.
I got a rebound, I came down, I ended up elbowing a guy right in the face real hard, and he had to leave the game. And honestly, at first I was like, oh, what have I just done? What have I just done? Like, praying that he wouldn't be really angry at me. But it was a clean play, and he felt that way. And when he came back, even though he had a bloody nose, he just said, no problem, that's the game.
These are the guys who repurposed this dance floor into a basketball court. How and why did they do it?
Paano nyo pinaakyat ang court?
Dito pa namin nakait yan. Yan, galing pa taas.
tapos binaba namin sa bubong.
Pinagtulungan lang namin yung mga talagang mahilig lang sa basketball. Yun ang nagkakyat.
Tapos yung board namin na yan, ano yan eh, higaan yan eh, tulugan.
Kaya sinong nawala
Wala nang higaan, yung ayaw ko kaninong higaan yan.
The amazing thing about this court here in Caloocan is that they've created a town square here. Even though we're just in an old abandoned building, they may not have the church here or the municipal hall, but this is still the place where everyone hangs out and you see all the little ways people have of making a living.
Hindi, kaya namin ginawa yun, kahit may hirapan kami kasi yung lugar namin kasi, pagka walang nililibangan yung mga bata, nagbibisyo eh. Kanya-kanya silang pwesto, solving, marijuana. Kahit kapitbahay, tinatalo na eh. Nanakawan na nila eh.
The guys who put these courts here said before, this open plaza was just filled with garbage. People would drink all day and they would sort of fall prey to the vices that one naturally falls prey to if you're living in a place without many options. Here, basketball is at least one option. It's not the savior, but it's something that gives people something to do. Kung walang court dito, ano?
Ay, wala. Walang buhay dito. Walang buhay dito pag walang court.
It seems like communities here act as a unit, just like on a basketball team. If you're not part of the privileged few, you need to work together to put the ball in the basket.
The thing I really got out of playing here was the feeling of bonding with people. You know, I could probably say I didn't have a lot in common with many of the people who I was playing with, but even when once we were playing, it was just basketball. It's just the game. That's all that matters.
Simula na nagkamulat dito sa Imos, Cavite. Kami mga TCG bumaba na sa Cavite. Kahit malalaki, di namin nakinan. Pagkakatabi, gagawin na palabas. April, tulala, delikado na kayo. Pag TCG tinalo, uubusin namin ang pati-pati pamilya nyo.
I'm Rafe Bartholomew, and you're watching Pinoy Hoops, a national obsession, only here on the National Geographic channel.
Hey, have you ever seen anyone lying on the ceiling?
Neither have I. Pay attention. We're gonna mess with your brain. Check this out. Let's reverse gravity. By changing what you see. Crazy, right? But check this out. I love this. Watch the water. We can stop time. Or make it go backwards by changing your brain's frequency. We're gonna blow your mind.
A new season of Brain Games, tomorrow night at 9 on the National Geographic channel.
Dahil teenager ka na, alam mo na ang dapat mong gawin. Alam mo na ang priorities mo. Ngayong teenager ka na, share it for PGM with taurine, essential vitamins at CGM. Dahil teenager ka na, share it for PGM para tangkad sagad.
Effect. See where it takes you.
You can reach me many ways. It don't matter how and when. Simply make the time for the best time of your life. Malaysia, truly Asia. It's the place with it all. It's the place with it all. The best time of your life. Malaysia, truly Asia.
More and more dentists have recommended Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief toothpaste.
It works instantly and the results last.
I've seen the results. It's more effective.
Here's how it works. Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief tackles the root cause of sensitivity by blocking the open channels that lead to the tooth center. Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief, it gives better results.
Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief. Instant relief and long-lasting protection. Colgate, #1 brand recommended by dentists.
Have you got what it takes to be Russia's toughest? Hollywood hardman Vinnie Jones says he does. Bloody hell! Vinnie Jones, Russia's toughest. Next on National Geographic.
I'm Rafe Bartholomew, and you're watching Pinoy Hoops, a national obsession, only here on the National Geographic channel.
If ever you're thinking of shooting hoops around the streets of Manila, here are a few things I think you've got to know first.
Hey! You! Malis ka dyan! Maglalaro kami!
It's a different kind of game, so when you go out there, expect your world to turn upside down.
You!
Ayaw, Mike. Diba?
First, audience reaction. No, audience participation. Don't let the friendly faces fool you. Everybody here knows the game inside and out, so expect them to tell you about it. When you do something good, or when you do something bad. Second, courts come in all shapes and sizes. This one happens to have wheels. Games come to a stop when vehicles pass, but no one seems to complain. That's just the way it is. Third, sound systems. Big sound systems. The bigger, the better. Fourth, footwear is not required. This guy's a mean player, and he does it all barefoot. Fifth, names. Where else in the world could you find a team called Papa Q?
10 seconds. 20 nga eh. Yun ako.
It seems the popularity of the sport goes beyond the ordinary. I heard about a place 3 hours away from Manila, a remote village on the outskirts of Laguna Province. It doesn't have electricity or running water, but it does have basketball.
There is supposedly has been in the past a heavy communist rebel presence. The New People's Army, the NPA as they're known here, are said to be active around that area.
Yung mga army at saka yung mga taong labas, naglalaro ng basketball, magkakalaro, gano'n, baliwala.
Kalaban nila sa court ay kalaban din nila sa, iba.
Kalaban sa ideolohiya.
So we're going to go see that interesting brew on the basketball court, and also just to see the role that basketball plays in more rural parts of the Philippines.
Could the rumors be true? That the rebels play with the regular folk and the military all in the same place? Our next stop is Sitio Papatahan, a small county in Paite, Laguna. 113 kilometers from Manila, it's situated between two known enemy camps, the military and the rebels. In this country, conflict between the Philippine military and communist rebels has lasted for more than 40 years. But all we're after is basketball, so how hard can that be, right? I meet Gene, a native of the province. Aside from being our ticket in, he's also a basketball nut, like me. At this point, I'm not even surprised to see a basketball hoop installed in the living room of his family home.
Sa bahay, sa lumban. Kita mo, nasa loob nasa salas.
Loob mismo.
Ang nanay ko, kamamatay lang niya last year at the age of 90. Mas marami pa siyang kilalang players kaysa sa akin.
Talaga?
Oo. PBA or NBA. Nagmumura siya pagka yung nanonood, pagka yung hindi niya gusto niya ginagawa.
Ano naman ang kahalagaan ng basketball sa mga buwan ng mga tao dito?
Yung iba, ang buhay nila, basketball lang talaga.
Rumor has it that the game has such a hold that political lines are crossed enemies become friends, all for the good of the game, at least for a while.
Marami akong may mga kaibigan ako, may mga kaopisina ako na gano'ng taas-baba sila, nakikihalubilo sa mga kasamahan. Hindi mo alam kung sino ang Pero definitely, meron patong talaga dito. Wala si Kapitan?
We get stopped at a military checkpoint.
Ay, meron kaming, may sulat din kaming dala. Ay, hindi, babalik namang mamaya. Pare, pakitabi.
But once the soldiers find out that all we're interested in is basketball, they just let us right through.
Marami bang checkpoint dito dahil sa rebelde o?
So, may kampo doon sa taas. Dahil nga yung sa rebelde nga. Medyo maingat din kami sa pagsasalita. Baka mamaya mapatapat ka sa mga hardliner.
On a national level, these clashes have caused the deaths of tens of thousands of combatants and civilians. And despite efforts at peace talks, rebel numbers have continued to increase, making it difficult for the government to develop deeply entrenched regions. But not in this town.
Marami kasing, kahit na hindi sympathizer ng communism, porque kaibigan yung mga taong yung nagbibigay. Siyempre, kaibigan, kamag-anak, hindi ibig sabihin sympathizer ka na ng
Can peace really be found through basketball? Gene leaves me in the hands of Bongski, a retired soldier from the neighboring town of Kalayaan. He's my guide the rest of the way. I ask if he knows about the NPA and surrounding areas.
Hindi na din masasabi yung isang tao na kung yun yung tao ay nasa kabila o yun atin, ganun ba? Kasi doon naman pare-parehas. Walang kinikilala kasi sundalo, sibilyan, naglalaro yan. Wala naman pinipili ang sibilyan na ayaw namin kalaro ng militar o ano man. Hindi. Dahil normal lang yan, laro lang naman yan.
We have just about 14 kilometers to go. But again, another pit stop. Our van can't make it through the dirt roads, so we all decide to trek the rest of the way. Cameras, equipment, and all. I wonder though, did NPA or military soldiers visit that village? And are the rumors true that they play basketball together on that dirt court?
We traveled up a road that seemingly never ended. It was a road into the clouds, and it was fitting because this court is something like heaven to me.
In Papatan, Laguna lies a full-size basketball court. The town is incredibly peaceful, despite the fact that military and communist camps are known to be just a few kilometers away.
The kids playing here at the court, the hoops made of wood that people brought up from the forest, from their houses, just it's a breathtaking sight. The dirt court, it's really the kind of thing that you could hardly imagine until you come and see it with your own eyes.
Kabataan dito talagang lambiruan ang ano nila. Priority nila ang larong basketball.
I speak to Mang Antonio, He has lived here for the past 30 years.
Lalo kung kami dito may liga, ay talagang punong-punong tao yan.
This court has seen not only basketball games, pageants, fiestas, and singing contests are but a few of the events that happen here. And the people didn't wait for anyone to create this. They took matters into their own hands and did it themselves.
Sana nadayo mga ibang baryo dito, nakikilaro lang dito. Ay, lakad lang. Minsan, nalakad silang mga 2 oras.
Para basketball lang?
Basketball lang. Sadya nila. Talagang basta may laro dito. Minsan ako may trabaho, nakabala din. Tinitimba yan. Kinakando yung mga tubig na yan, makalaro lang sila. Minsan, linalagyan lupa na, ay lalong naputik naman. Lalo nung may mga sundalo dito, mga sundalo nalaro.
Hindi lang yung mga sundalo, pero yung rebelde rin. Yung
ay, wala.
Hindi sila.
I try to ask more about the issue, but he clearly doesn't want to talk about it. Thing is, there has to be a grain of truth to what Gene and Bongski told me, that on this very court, rebels and soldiers put down their arms to play a simple game of ball. Since soldiers come to play, and you can't tell who a rebel is, perhaps it's possible. I speak to Bantay Bayan peacekeeper June Portugues to try to get to the bottom of this.
Kami po ay nagbabayanihan para yung mga kabataan ay sabi ko tulong-tulong tayo para makatayo po tayo ng court para makapaglaro po sila. Nakita nila sa pulpa sa mga magulang, yung mga magulang nila talagang mahilig din sa basketball.
Andito sa court na to, minsan may mga manalarong galing sa iba't ibang panig ng lipunan dito.
Okay.
Yung minsan yung mga sundalo, tsaka yung mga taga-kaliwa. Sumabay sila sa court. Totoo ba yun?
Hindi po totoo yun. Ang totoo po diyan, pag dito po mga sundalo, sila po naglalaro at saka yung katulad po namin ng mga taga-baryo, yun ang kalaro po nila, yun ang kalaban nila sa paglalaro ng basketball.
Pero hindi po naman nangyayari yung inahalon ng taga-kaliwa.
Ay, hindi po. Hindi.
To be honest, I don't quite believe him. But whether it's true or not, this one thing is for sure. Basketball brings a sense of peace and community to this small town, despite the political tension that exists around them.
Basta may laro, nandiyan kami, lalo na kung ganyan may mga sarili akong taong magagaling. Tuwang-tuwa naman kami.
This is life at its simplest, without the noise, the trappings, and imagined necessities. Here, I gained a greater sense of clarity about what's really important.
The journey to get here, which involved first driving up a winding road for maybe half an hour or an hour, and then walking for another hour over road that was almost impassable, really made it even more worthwhile to come here and then see basketball in its most pure and joyful form. It's what makes basketball here in the Philippines unlike basketball anywhere else in the world. I'm Rafe Bartholomew, and you're watching Pinoy Hoops, a national obsession, only here on the National Geographic channel.
I can catch fish anywhere.
Absolute beauty fish. 3 fishermen.
I can almost taste the victory.
He thinks he's God's gift to fishing now.
Worlds apart.
I flew 5,000 miles for this.
This is embarrassing. Oh, my friend.
Only one winner. Each week there will be points for the catch. Yes! And points for the experience.
Absolutely over the moon.
But who will host the ultimate fishing trip?
We're just getting started.
Kingfishers. Wednesday nights at 9 on the National Geographic channel.
Only Caltex contains Techron, proven to clean your engine to help ensure reliable performance. One of 5 benefits you'll enjoy with Caltex.
F1 Racemate Live presents the F1 portal that brings your viewing pleasure live to a whole new level. With 5 add-ons at one time, you get new camera angles, race information, and the latest highlights that matter to you. Log on to racematerive.com and get a real step up in your F1 experience. Racemate Live is presented by Rolex, the official timepiece of Formula One.
You never know when you'll need extra fresh breath. But don't take desperate measures to get it. Just take Colgate Plax. It kills up to 99.9% of bacteria and protects for 12 hours for longer-lasting fresh breath, giving you extra confidence when you need it most. Colgate Plax for longer-lasting fresh breath. Colgate, #1 brand recommended by dentists.
The band behind the hits. Apologize. Stop and stare. Secrets. Feel again. Good Life and many more. One Republic, live in Manila on November 6th at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Tickets are available at all Ticketnet outlets. Call 911-5555. This event is presented by Midas Promotion and co-presented by Fox and Star World.
On the next episode of I Wouldn't Go In There.
All of us went towards the water to relieve ourselves. I looked up and I saw an old lady going towards the water. She was shouting, "Save me, save me." When I went towards the water to save her, her face had become scary and reddish.
I Wouldn't Go In There, Friday nights at 9 on National Geographic.
I'm Rafe Bartholomew, and you're watching Pinoy Hoops, a national obsession, only here on the National Geographic channel. I know what you're thinking. So what really makes Philippine basketball truly unique? What sets it apart from all the other places in the world? Our next stop is the hometown of one of our crew, Bagong Barrio, in the heart of Caloocan City. When I first arrived, the kids do a routine inspection. I quickly realized that I probably look like an alien to them. How tall I am, my pale skin, my furry arms. But because I have a basketball and a film crew following me, I become something quite like the Pied Piper. Wherever I go, the kids follow.
Tanungin nyo ng Tagalog.
Meet Norman, born and raised here in Bagong Barrio.
So kahit medyo masikip ang mga daan, naglalaro pa rin.
Oo, maraming naglalaro dyan, maraming mahilig na player, mga bata. Kahit sabihin mo wala minsan makain, basta makapaglaro lang.
So the first thing that makes the game here so different, the place. Courts are everywhere. Literally every street corner has some sort of hoop. And on every hoop, someone is playing basketball. No matter what the space, you'll find a court.
Pambata yun.
Pambata, basta may mapaglibangan lang ng mga bata rito.
Para sa mga big boys, no?
Mga big boys. Gusto ba makilala yung mga naglalaro? Ano bang gusto mo makilala?
Sige, game laro.
Instead of playing, they ask me to show off some of my moves.
Mahilig talaga ako sa basketball.
So of course, I oblige.
I'm no basketball player, but I'm tall enough to at least resemble one. So when I walk around a place like this, people will be like, "Oh, I wonder if he can play." Oh, gusto mo to?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah! Ooh. Yeah, I know that. Yeah!
And then if I make a few shots or do a trick where I roll the ball, they're like, "Oh, he can play."
Yeah. Oh my God! Oh my God!
And then they want to play against me and sort of see what it's like to have to shoot against a guy who's 6'3" instead of a guy who is 5'9", which they're used to. Anong pangalan mo, sir?
Boyet.
Boyet, ako si Rafael.
Yeah.
Sige.
Yes, thanks. No. This is the time for the long. No more keys.
In some ways, people say it's not a great way to live. It's overcrowded. But to me, it was like the place was just overflowing with life.
The second thing that makes Pinoy ball extraordinary, definitely the people. Hi, Miliga.
Just around the corner, I find yet another basketball court. This game, though, is pretty serious. Here, community players become local heroes who battle it out for barangay pride. They close the entire street. The world comes to a stop, and it seems everyone comes to watch. The third difference? The game. No matter how many courts they have here, you can't have enough.
People are going to be playing on all of them. They could have 50 courts, they'd all be full. Randy, Emperador?
Empilay!
Ayan, sa Tagumpay.
Another distinctive quality. The food.
Delicioso.
Delicioso. Sarap. Any Sunday in these parts of town, really all over the country, you're going to see people hanging out, playing cards in the street, playing mahjong, playing all kinds of games, drinking, eating. It's Sunday, it's a day to relax. So I was just eating some isaw, some chicken isaw, chicken intestines, had a little shot of brandy, because that's what we do. And then we play some basketball if we're not too drunk.
Ay!
May piyesta dito?
Tapos na.
Tapos na. Linggo talaga, may karaoke sa daan, no?
Hindi nawawala yan kasi ito yung oras ng pahinga ng mga nagtatrabaho.
Lastly, where else in the world can you find this? Basketball karaoke. Like many things in their culture, this is a true hybrid. Filipinos love basketball and they also love to sing. So why not merge the two? At this point, I feel my own obsession with the sport isn't so strange.
You know, one court here, you walk a block there, turn around, you see another court. One block past that, you see another court. Then you turn the corner and you pass the videoke parlor where they're not playing basketball, but they're singing songs about anything, yet the background for the songs are NBA highlights. One man sang a song about how hard it is to raise a daughter in poverty. They were playing LeBron James highlights behind the background.
They all want me to sing, so I give in.
Justin!
Hoy, hoy, buloy, naalala mo pa ba nung tayo'y nagsasama? When I sang a song that's about a drinking buddy who commits suicide, it was Kobe Bryant highlights. Basta tayo'y nagsasama at nag-iinuman.
While I sing, I feel as though I'm playing in a real basketball game. I don't know if the crowd is cheering for me or for the basketball highlights on TV, but at this point, I don't care.
American Idol daw.
These are my kind of people, and I hope that they feel the same way about me. Time for the last stop. A place I've been meaning to go since beginning this journey. Payatas. I heard that courts are built beside mountains of garbage, and I wanted to see. Payatas is an infamous landfill. A massive landslide killed nearly 300 people here back in the year 2000.
So we're in the Payatas garbage dump here in Quezon City, one of the biggest garbage dumps I've ever seen in my life. People live here to collect and recycle and resell the garbage. So I'm here on the top of the garbage dump in Payatas. When you look down into the communities of the people who live right below here, you can sort of see the covered courts, the hints of basketball. Yun yung malaki, no? Kulay blue na bubong. Sinong nagpagawa?
City Hall po.
City Hall. And what makes this unique is just the atmosphere in which people live. They're living beneath a gigantic garbage dump where the smell of gas and trash is almost overwhelming. Just the idea of having to live on the side of a dump site, especially to people like me who grew up in the United States, is almost is really hard to believe and really hard to accept as a way that people ought to make a living.
I speak to Maximo, a supervisor at the dump site.
Sa mga scavenger communities sa baba, anong kahalagahan ng basketball sa mga buhay nila?
Nagiging palpasan na ng oras nila sa halip na kung anong katapos nila magtrabaho, eh sa mauwi sa pag-iinom o ano, nalilibang po sila sa basketball.
Oo.
I traveled to the trash segregation facility, hoping to find out what basketball truly means to them. I meet James, who heads a group of scavengers.
So pagkatapos namin dito, uwi na kami. Oras na namin yun eh. Doon, pwede na sila maglaro. Alam mo, pagka-single pa naman siya, walang obligasyon sa buhay.
Oo.
Pwede pa siya maglaro, pero pagka may obligasyon, hindi pwedeng ganun dito eh. Napakalit kasi ang kinikita rito ngayon.
Minsan kumikita sila, may 100, 200. Kasi ngayon, mahina na ang lumarating dito sa tambakan na recyclable materials.
You know, there's got to be a better way, but obviously people have been here for generations and they are making a living. It's one of the realities that you might have to understand, and then I'm sure that basketball is one of the things that helps people deal with those realities. And when you're not working, when you're not scavenging, you're just tao lang, like anyone else.
I go in search of more homemade courts, and I find one right beside the landfill.
So before, when we were on top of the dump, it seemed like people lived so far away. You look down and the community seems so far away, but really, here we are inside one, and just over on the other side of this fence, there's the dump. So we see just a community like we've seen all over here, you know, houses, animals, children.
Just a few steps, maybe only 15, 20, 30 steps away. What is there except a basketball court?
So while there's a real basketball game going on 10 feet away, people in here are playing NBA games on PlayStation. Here you've got PlayStations hooked up to timers for people to play 10 minutes at a time. It's like basketball inside of basketball inside of basketball, like a series of boxes where one is smaller than the other.
And wants to set the tone here from the very first hoop. He misses them both. To the right corner, to Williams. Taken away by Perkins. The whistle for a loose ball spot. His first bounce off the mark. The inbound pass. Garnett puts it in, and that's his fifth rebound in this one. They're shooting 33%.
Really the thing that never fails to amaze me when I watch kids play here is how good they are. The individual skills are unbelievable. They can hit their layups, they can do crossover dribbles, they dribble behind their back, they're quick, elusive, they shoot jump shots out to 10 feet, 12 feet sometime, and a lot of this is just self-taught. They see it, they copy it every day, and before long, their individual skills are just incredible. I mean, without coaching, you wouldn't see kids playing this well in the States. You see, it's not just the kids who are playing here. It's their moms, their sisters, their aunts, their little brothers and sisters, and it's just one generation to the next, and that's how basketball becomes a part of people's lives. I would even say a part of people's souls. I'm Rafe Bartholomew, and you're watching Pinoy Hoops, a national obsession, only here on the National Geographic channel.
Vinnie Jones, the Big Chris, bully Duke Tony, and he's the juggernaut. Big tough guy.
Some of that, son.
We get that all right, but we don't give a shit. Cause here in Russia, tough is never enough.
We just suck.
See his arse get kicked in Vinnie Jones, Russia's toughest. Next.
Who told me about this?
On National Geographic.
Hybrid cars use efficient electrical motors to save fuel by expending less energy while running. LG Inverter Direct Drive and washing machines works in a similar way, saving water and energy during a wash while increasing performance effectiveness. LG Cortec, a smart choice for a better tomorrow.
Welcome to a wonder that is Malaysia. Rich in beauty, culture and diversity. Only in Malaysia can you climb up one of the world's top 20 mountains and go deep into the sea in a matter of days.
Malaysia is an exotic land of diversity and culture. It is here that Asia truly comes alive. We have in place a strategic thrust to grow local and international tourism franchises that open up prospects for tourists and tourism partners alike. Above all, we are building a tourism infrastructure that celebrates the Malaysian warmth and hospitality, treating every visitor as guest in our own home with open arms and the best of care. Come and visit Malaysia, a land of sensory amazement and joy, a land that offers vibrant experiences and endless possibilities.
Party the night away as Fiber, home's most powerful broadband. Fox and Star World presents Kesha live in Manila, the Warrior Tour. Experience Kesha live as she performs her hits. TikTok, Your Love Is My Drug, Crazy Kids, Die Young, and more. On October 24th at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Buy your tickets online now at ticketnet.com.ph or visit any TicketNet outlet.
There are a few warriors amongst us.
You asked me if I'm the 14th member of this company. The task I have in mind will require a great deal of stealth and no small amount of courage.
So,
Me? No.
this is the Hobbit. We're cooking.
I wouldn't risk it, I really wouldn't.
I think it is time for you to know what really happened.
I'm Rafe Bartholomew, and you're watching Pinoy Hoops, a national obsession, only here on the National Geographic channel.
At the base of the landfill, I find kids building a court from scratch.
Ba't mahilig kayo sa basketball? Masaya lang o...
Even if Lek doesn't know the answer to this question, his actions say it all.
Bakit kayo gumawa ng ring? Para laro lang? Araw-araw ba kayong naglalaro ba dito? Ayan, so home court nyo to eh. Game na?
These kids are something else. They appoint their very own referee, who notes every point and every foul. On homemade courts just like these, even scoreboards reflect professional basketball. Everyone plays like a star.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Kids use the twirls and flips they see in the PBA, from jump shots to hook shots to edging their way to the hoop, just like it were the only thing on their minds.
2 minutes.
Like anywhere else in the country, you see people, kids putting together their own basketball courts, playing, their friends watching from the side, people walking by, selling things on the street, sorry store. It's a scene from all over the Philippines. The only thing that's weird is the giant Americano in the middle of it all watching. But I'm pretty lucky to be here and see this basketball, real life in action.
After it all, I realized that basketball isn't a coping mechanism. It's an expression of an indefatigable spirit. More than me, I believe Mike Swift, the rapper I first met upon beginning this journey, says it best.
Sa aking buhay, walang makakatulad, walang makakagaya. Walang makakasulat, walang makakakopya at nakakatuwa dahil nung bata ako'y laging amoy basura. Hindi ko masikmura dahil nung ako'y bata sa sabungan ako'y nagbenta ng maning nilaga. Walang nag-aalaga, sarili kong bahala. Inay nasa States, tatay ko ay laging gala. Hindi lang kwento-kwento, hindi to inimbento. Ako ay taga-benta ng jute, sana magets mo. Hanggang ngayon, ini-small, hindi naman si Biggie. Habang buhay, bad boy, hindi si Didi. Hanggang hindi nakapit na mukha ko sa graffiti at may RIP sa padalang New York City. Kahit tumahimik kung wala kayong alam, aking katapusan umpisa pa lang. Subukan yung tapakan malalim na kumunoy, doon yung makikita ang bayani na Pinoy. Hoy.
Vinny Jones, the Big Chris, Bully Tony, and he's the juggernaut. Tough guy.
Some of that suck.
We get that all right. But we don't give a shit. Cause here in Russia, tough is never enough.
We just suck.
See his arse get kicked in Vinny Jones, Russia's toughest. Next.
Who taught me this?
On National Geographic.
Basketball. All Filipinos love basketball.
My earliest childhood memory.
Bata pa lang ako, elementary pa lang.
Meron akong nararamdaman na ibang kaligayahan.
Kasi po magagaling sila.
I want to be the best.
Fun na fun talaga. Para sarap-sarap sa feeling.
Kahit pagit ka, pwede ka.
Sports the way out of poverty. Parang kadugtong na ng buhay ko.
It's all about the team.
Do or die ito.
It is pressure, but it's good pressure.
Basketball changed my whole life.
Pinoy Hoops, Monday nights at 9 on National Geographic.
Vinny Jones, the Big Chris, Bully Tony, and he's the juggernaut. Tough guy.
Some of that